Clarity Delay 1.1 has just been released, and we got a bunch of cool new features for you. We've added a gain linking feature to help with gain staging, since some of you have mentioned it can be challenging sometimes to use the ducking feature when you're using this as a send effect, so that problem has been solved for you. We've also extended the range of a lot of the different parameters, so you can duck a little bit deeper, you can drive things a little bit harder and get some more cool textures out of this plugin now. And we've also optimize the Reverb engine yet again to make it even less CPU hungry for you. So this is about as CPU efficient as you will ever get for a delay reverb plugin, especially something this powerful. And the last thing is we've added some additional delay modes for you. We now have the ability to do 2 different mono-compatible width or widening modes of delay to give it this crazy sense of space and not break apart if it goes down to mono. And spoiler alert, it sounds absolutely killer on a guitar solo. And if you need some super big vocals. And it probably sounds good on bass and drums and a clarinet and a recorder. Maybe not the recorder. Nothing sounds good on a recorder. So how do you update to Clarity Delay 1.1, you might be asking? Super good question. Let me show you. You load your Stacks app. Boom, here it is. Go to My Stack, because look, there's a little badge there. Wonder what that means. Oh, Clarity Delay. And we have version 1.0, but it's red. That means it's outdated. You can simply click the update button here and you're back on track with the latest version. I don't have to send you an email. You don't need a code. I don't need to send you an installer. You just click this and it automatically installs it and you're off running. It's so fast. And that's exactly why I went with Stacks, because this is the future, people. This is the future. So our new features on Clarity Delay right here. Let me make this nice and big for everybody. All right, you might notice there's this cool little link button here and then the knobs start glowing. That's our new gain link feature. So if you need to fix your gain staging, you want to drive this plugin a little bit harder, you can click this gain link and then just shift this knob up and you'll notice the output knob is going the opposite direction. So the level is maintained, but you're pushing this front end a little bit harder so you can get some cooler textures out of it. It also helps if you're feeding this with a really quiet signal. You can drive it loud enough where you get to use all these ducking and gating features a little bit more effectively. Okay, we also extended the range of a lot of parameters, so now this goes to plus and minus 36 dB, which is insane. So you're gonna be able to get some really cool sounds, especially if you drive it into this THD knob. Sounds awesome, and as you drive it harder, you get some cooler sounds out of it. So experiment with that. We also didn't make this a dumb gain link feature like a lot of plugins where you just click it and then it just flips this knob to the opposite value of this. We wanted it so if you already had a session and you had it set up a certain way where maybe you adjusted the output gain a little bit louder, we wanted to maintain that difference, okay? So now everything is going to be working together. All your sessions will recall the right way. It's going to act the way you want it, so it's good workflow. Everything in my plugins are going to be workflow focused to make this easier for everybody so you can maximize the fun you're having when you're actually making music, which is the way plugins should be. I mentioned that we optimized the Reverb engine. You can't see that, but trust me, it runs super smooth. Actually, smoothly, LY, because it's an adverb. We also made the ducking and gating adjustments a little bit more aggressive so you can dig a little bit deeper into your signal so you can get a lot more movement now out of it. But all of our sessions will be perfectly recalled. This is not a breaking update, which a lot of plugin manufacturers do when they screw up and they rush plugins. That's not going to happen with this. So we have the wide modes here now. The old wide mode is now called wide 3. Wide 1 and 2 are the new modes. Wide 1 is a little bit wider. Wide 2 is like pretty wide, but both wide 1 and wide 2 are mono compatible now. And then wide 3 is like if you want crazy ear candy, super psychedelic wide. But that one is not mono compatible. If you get confused, you're like, oh man, which one is which? Just go to the manual. You click the gear, user manual. I tell you in the manual. So how do these new wide modes sound? Let's try it out. You might notice I've had to mute all of my old delays that I had set up for this session because Clarity Delay replaced all of them. No joke. So all my lexicon, my H delay, this crazy ping pong delay thing, I got a weird wide delay, microshift, all that. Goodbye. Don't need to worry about you anymore. So let's just start with the analog delay and see what this sounds like. Really, really nice, smooth delay. Love this one. But it's kind of boring, right? It's kind of centered. I had a cool idea of doing the wide delay thing before, but what if you don't want it crazy wide? What if you want it wide, but, somewhere in between so that it kind of gels with maybe a more focused mix? So check this out. We came up with wide one. Wide one is going to give it a little bit of ear candy, make it a little bit bigger than before.
Take this time and drive on
So that's just the wet signal, so that's the sound of just the delay. So you can hear it kind of has a cool movement to it, right? And it feels a lot wider than our analog delay.
What am I thinking?
Right? Feels so small.
I'm thinking of gone a while, guess I'll move on.
Wide 2 is where you're going to start getting these really wide vocals, which sound killer on like a chorus, for example.
Drive on clouds above.
And then you can couple that with ducking, and so you start getting this really awesome movement.
What am I thinking of? Gone a while, guess I'll move on.
We can add some analog vibe with this THD knob.
Moving on.
We can drive it a little bit harder if we want by using the gain link and then cranking this up.
All night.
So you can hear how we're starting to get a little bit of texture on that from overdriving that tape saturation model. So just super cool. I gotta show you how this sounds in a guitar solo because I haven't found anything that comes close to this. It sounds so epic. Faster. Clean up the mud, take away the sharpness. Add a little space. And then duck it so we can focus on the guitar and not on the delay. Sounds so awesome. So there's just this momentum in the clarity that you can get from the clarity delay on a guitar solo that I couldn't get the way I had it set up before with all my other plugins. And that was just one of the delay channels. You could go and add another one where you do, let's say like a slap back, you do 30-second note, so it'll be rhythmic too. Add a little analog vibe with the THD knob. Not really digging the 30 seconds, so we can change to dotted or triplet. Add a little space with room. So now that's going to give it a little bit more weight while staying kind of clean still. And then we can bring that other delay back. And if we think it's too wet now, we can just dial the global wet back and you're all set. There you go. Go and try it. And also, by the way, because we have Clarity Delay 1.1 out now, I am throwing a sale. So if you've been waiting, kind of looking at Clarity Delay, like, maybe I should get it, maybe I shouldn't, now's the time. And it comes with a money-back guarantee. So if you don't like it, send me an email within 30 days of you purchasing the plugin, and I'll get you all your money back, no questions asked. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but I can tell you that a lot of people are digging Clarity Delay, and this plugin lives on all of my sessions. It's just fun to use. Let me know what you think of the features in the comments. If you have questions about Clarity Delay, drop them in the comments as well. I will be checking that out, and I will see you in the next video.